guess it's time. What's goody? Welcome back, welcome back. Poppin' Stories. It's your boy Mike Funny. It's Friday story time, like I said I'll try to do. I got a cool story for you guys today. I'm gonna try to dim the lights, get you guys immersed in the story, and we'll see how it goes from there. Hope you guys like it. So sit back and relax. It's story time.
Oh, I know that you'll go, my love, I think I'm yours. My dreams, like trees, I hope one day they'll grow.
A small park located in the middle of a city. 10 preteens are seen playing a game of tag as they run, trying to evade the pursuer. Rory Maxson, he's 12, stands head and shoulders above the rest. He's 5'10", with his long arms and his short undone hair, his unstable movements, like he's just getting used to his body. Everyone keeps spreading out to avoid being tagged. Rory and the rest of the kids form a line side by side, spreading out like they always do and dare the pursuer to come after them. Loudmouth Randy, which is also 12, he's average build with long hair, taunts Danny, a little scrawny kid, 10 yards back. Come on, Danny. Which one can you get? Not me. Randy runs off further back, leaving the rest in line. Rory watches as one by one the rest of them either say something to Danny or just run off, giving themselves more space to run. Rory is last in line, watching Danny with everyone running away. Rory stares at Danny and winks at him, hoping he remembers the deal. Rory turns and books it, giving himself space, but unconcerned as the Laffy Taffy deal is in place. He's not on Danny's radar. Danny takes off. Everyone runs and dodges him left and right. Danny pretends to go after Rory, then changes directions to someone else. After a couple of tries, Danny looks agitated and runs straight after Rory and tags him. He whispers to him, "Sorry, I had to." Rory looks stunned as his deal is broken, but now must be the pursuer as always is, and with no success. They line up again this time, and Rory's on the receiving end. Come on, Maxson, let's see if you can get anyone today, Randy says. Rory stares them all down, but he's only fixated on one person, Danny. As they all run towards away, Rory looks at Danny. "I'm coming after you, Danny." Rory runs as fast as he can for Danny, but Danny still has some speed left in him, and he's able to outrun and dodge Rory's long reach. Rory tries again, but fails again. "Come on, Maxson, slowpoke," Randy says. Rory changes attention to the others as he runs, stretching his arms trying to touch flesh, but with no use as they are too fast for him and matrix all his attempts as he gets close. Rory starts getting tired. "Come on, guys, can someone else be it? I'm tired." "Nope, you have to get one of us," Randy yells. Rory refocuses on Danny. He looks to be wearing down. Rory makes his move. He runs straight for him, hands outstretched in front of him, as Danny turns and runs for it. The others laugh, as Danny still has enough speed to stay in front of him. Rory gives it his last shot. With the fingertips, he ends up touching Danny in the back slightly. "You're it, Danny," he says excitedly. They both stop running as the others run over. "Maxson finally got someone?" Randy says. Rory smiles, shows his excitement. Some of the others give Rory a high five. Winded, Danny, "I didn't feel anything. He didn't tag me." Rory looks at Danny. Rory, winded, bent over, hands on his knees. "Yeah, I did tag your back. We didn't see anything. We only saw your back. Danny was in front of you the whole time," Randy says. "I'm not lying. I did tag him." Danny says you didn't. "You're lying. You don't have to lie, Rory," Randy says. Everyone starts saying it. "Yeah, you don't have to lie." Rory, he starts walking away. "Come on, Maxson. We're going to play some football. You know you can't tag anybody, so you don't have to start crying." Rory turns back to his peers, sighing, "Fine." They all line up. Randy stands in front of them, eyeing each one. "Let's see who's it going to be." They all raise their hands, wanting to be captain. Rory eagerly raises his hand, hoping that Randy remembers he's next in line to be captain. Randy takes another look at him. He glances over Rory and picks one of his other friends, Timothy, with the band-aid on his face and big hands. Timothy rubs his hands together. All right, all right. Before Randy could make his first pick, Rory cuts him off. Hey, Tim was captain last time. Can I be captain? I haven't been yet, remember? Randy rolls his eyes. Maxon, you'll get your turn, not today. Come on, you're always captain, and everyone else has been too. Except me. That's not fair. Randy takes a step towards Rory. I'm the best player, so I deserve to be captain, always. The rest of the kids just stare at one another. No one questions the response. Some even nod in agreement. But how come I can't be it now? Randy looks at him. I was actually going to let you today, but since you lied, you forfeit your spot today. I didn't lie. That's not fair, Rory says. Some of the others are growing impatient. A heavy-set kid with braids, his name's Carl, steps up. Come on, let's play already. Let Rory be captain. I don't care. The others shrug shoulders. They don't seem to care either. Timothy looks around. Randy, I really don't care who's captain. I just want to play before I have to go in. Rory stands in front of Randy. See? Let me be captain. Randy rolls his eyes again and shakes his head. He's getting aggravated. Fine, you can be captain, but only on one condition. What is it, Rory says. Randy smiles and passes the football on his hand. You can be captain if you can catch this Hail Mary pass from me. It's the only way to make up for your lying. Rory looks around. Come on, Randy, I didn't lie. Stop saying that. Why are you always being mean? Randy laughs. A couple of the others chuckle. Get a life, Maxon. You either catch the pass and shut up or let Tim be captain. Rory looks at his hands. He doesn't have the best catching hands. And the Hail Mary pass rockets straight in the sky. Scary stuff, especially from Randy. He has a cannon for an arm. But it was the only way that he could be captain. Rory looks at the others. Some of them egg him on, while others root for Tim. Rory catches Danny's glance. Do it, Rory. Rory turns and runs about 30 yards back into the field. He looks back towards a fire hydrant. That's 10 yards behind him of the sidewalk and aligns himself in the middle of the field, like he always do, and waits for the bomb that's coming. Randy laughs, yelling, You need to move further back, Maxon. Rory backs up, hoping that he's got all he needs. Rory yells back, I'm ready. Everyone spreads out and gives Randy space. Randy runs back a few yards, then with a good running start, launches the football straight into the air. Rory watches as the ball rips through the air, penetrating layer after layer of sky. It's heading his way fast. To himself, Randy's like, please catch to his hands. The ball hits its peak and starts angling down. Rory looks at the ball. It's going to land behind him. The pass is longer than the 30-something yards he gave himself. He turns and starts running backwards, keeping his eye on the ball as it descends. He angles a little left as the ball starts coming down. Gotta catch it, runs through his head. Everything quiets down as it's just him and the ball. In the faintest of sounds, he thinks he hears the others calling him to stop, but he can't make out what they're saying. The soft feeling of grass under his sneakers disappears as cement takes its place. Rory stretches his long arms and the ball makes contact with his hands. Then a sharp pain hits his lower half, and the ball escapes his grasp as it's launched from the ground. The bright blue sky is the only view for a brief moment. Then gravity pulls him down on the hard gray surface, and another sharp pain hits his whole body. All the noise comes rushing in for a brief moment as hot tires screech, metal hits metal, the glass shatter. It's 15 years later, and we're at the Arch Legends Museum. The Arch Legends Museum is a collectibles museum created by the late Arch Legend, who was a world-famous collector of all kinds, and this is a place where he keeps all his precious valuables. The huge museum lays in the west side of the city. Crowds of folks walk in and out with their cameras and bags of goodies. It's a large-scale museum with chandeliers and red carpets all around. If you take away all the collectibles on all the 3 large floors, it looks like a 5-star hotel or a mall. It's a hotspot for tourists and locals. Security guards walk about doing their routine checks. A tall man about 6'4" stands in front of the old scratched-up brown bear statue. We see the man's hands, and as it gets a good feel of the statue, we don't see who the man is himself. Yeah, but he picks up the statue and raises it. We can see that he's wearing nice dress pants and shoes, a nice shirt underneath a sports jacket, black sports jacket. As the bear continues to be raised, the man looks at it for a closer look. we can see that we're looking at a 27-year-old Rory Maxson. He stares at the statue with satisfaction, his eyes focused with confidence. He puts the beer down, then slides one hand into his pocket and smoothly walks about in the station. He looks at the security guards passing by as one of them catches his eyes. Rory simply gives him a smile and a greeting nod. The security guard returns the nod and continues walking. A man is seen walking towards Rory's direction. He's all dressed up with a pea coat on. His grayish, slightly uncombed hair suggests that he's in his 50s, but his smooth face counters with his early 40s. They exchange glance as the man walks around the station, similarly to Rory, and stands in front of the statue. The brown bear of the brown woman. I finally get to see you in person. He grabs the beer and examines it. Rory watches on. This is a wonderful item you are looking at, young man. Do you know the story behind it? Rory looks at the man's straight face. So is this your first time here? The man is a little surprised as he didn't get a straight answer, but he continues on. Yes, it is. It's my first time. Been meaning to come here, but you have to be patient. Rory and the guards watch as the man puts the bear back. I do know the story of how the brown woman made the bear out of old jewelry and metal and painted it that color too, Rory says. The man continues the tale. And remember how the bear that protected her from attackers and that she passed it on to Mr. Arch for saving her life. And then it saved his own life by being placed under his heart against scavengers trying to cut him. Rory finishes the tale. And the reason it has no protective glass around it is because, like the bear, Mr. Arch wanted to be wild and free, like the bear was. The man smiles. Yes, you got it. My name is Walter. Walter extends his hand to Rory. Rory looks at his hand for a moment. Just presenting myself, young fella, Walter says. Rory shakes his hand. I'm Roy. Nice to meet you, Rory. So what brings you over here, young man? Rory looks at Walter. Just wanted to take a walk, so I stopped by. Interesting. This is definitely a place to peek your head in and have a look, Walter says. Rory takes another walk around the station, then glances around like a tourist. If you like this floor, you might like the third floor with the other statues. Walter smiles. I might just take your word on it in a little bit. As the guards pass for the 800th time and rotate, Walter catches one of them eyeing him, a little strangely, and starts whispering to his partner. Walter looks at his watch. I guess I'll have to take a rain check on that another time, young fella. My time seems to be up. I'll see you another day, Roy. Rory watches a little puzzled as Walter slowly walks away. The guards look Walter's way, but don't follow, and that gives Rory enough time as a couple is walking by and happens to stop in front of the camera, temporarily blocking its view. Rory quickly takes a replica bear from his sports jacket that he purchased from the museum store that he customized himself to look authentic, and switches it and walks a few feet away to another station. The guards take a quick glance at the bear afterwards and continue walking. Rory waits as the same couple shows up at the bear station now and starts examining the bear. He walks over and picks up the museum map near the bear station and slowly pulls out from under his arm sleeve a small napkin holding a small card with a capital letter C. Roy slips the card without touching it into the map and places it back smoothly walks away from the museum. So next morning, when we're at Top Notch Magazine, it's a large office building in the city. Workers walk back and forth on their cell phones, get coffee, copies, water, and avoid passing the boss's office as they do it. A huge TV is in the middle of the office, hanging. The latest gossip, news, anything popular is on. Roy sits in his cubicle looking at some paperwork. What we notice now from him is that there's a couple of scars on his face and hands, and his nose a little smaller and a little crooked than before. As he twirls around to get more paper from behind him, we see that he's in a wheelchair with a backpack hanging from the side. As he gets back to work, Camellia, she has dark hair, she's in her late 20s, lovely big eyes, passes and sits in her cubicle behind Rory. The best time of the day for the past 6 years is watching her go by and the wonderful smell that follows and sticks around until the end of the day. Rory stops what he's doing and rolls over to her as he always does every morning. Hey! Camilla looks up with the same heartwarming smile that always engulfs his heart. Hey, good morning, Camilla says. Right back at you, Rory says. They both laugh. So what's up? Anything juicy today that I don't know yet, Camilla says. Rory looks at her with a sarcastic face. If anything passes you, it's the end of the world. They both laugh again. Just making sure, Camilla says. Don't I know it, Rory says. You get anything this morning? No, not yet. Just catching up on some paperwork. What did you do last night, Rory says. Alex brought me to this nice little restaurant, which probably had one of the best burgers I've ever had. So you went to a restaurant and had a burger? Shocking. She smiled. You know, I like my burgers, and I'm still in the hunt for the best burger. And after that, he brought me to a movie, and we called it a night. Rory forced a smile. Yeah, so that's what you need to do. You need to catch up on this dating thing with this missus so we can double date. I think that would be fun. Before Rory could respond, Joe, a slightly overweight man with pepper step, comes their way. He's in his early 30s and gives Rory a good punch in the arm. Hey, why'd you do that for? Camilla says. Rory starts massaging his arm. Don't worry, Maxon over here is a good puncher bag. He can take a punch. Rory looks at Camilla. Yeah, I'm fine, but he was lying. Just wanted to come over here and tell Maxon over here, thanks for the good get up, old pal. Got me a good lead. Thanks for what exactly? Camilla said. Joe catches the boss coming out of the office. This is my cue, you'll see. Joe jogs off towards Philip Yesser. He's in his 50s, a well-fit man for his age, always wearing a suit, grayish black hair and a cigar in his vest, but he never uses it. So everyone who listens up, listen up. I'm only going to say it once, Philip Yesser says. Everyone starts getting closer. Rory lets Camilla roll him over to the crowd. I want to congratulate Joe Fieldman on his work on the Benzai family last week. That was some juicy stuff, front page stuff, top notch, I should say myself. Joe is standing there with a big smile on his face. Some co-workers congratulate him with a high five. Camilla whispers in Rory's ear, weren't you working on the Benzai family last week? Rory lying, yeah, but I couldn't find a good angle, but Joe was able to come up with something, so I gave it to him. Rory starts rolling away himself, back to his desk. He's done with this. Camilla follows. You sure? Rory lying still. Yeah, this is cool. I have some more paperwork to do. As they head to their desks, a breaking news story comes on. The TV, everyone stops and watches. The news reporter's on. Breaking news. Just coming out of the Arch family's Legend Museum, Detective Kane has informed us that an artifact has been taken from the museum. The brown bear, or the brown woman, was apparently snatched with a replica sometime yesterday as pieces started falling off the statue. It looks like the captain was behind it, as a signature C was left around the artifact area. The Legend family is shocked and angry as the captain has never stolen from them before and thought their very security was high enough and complex that the captain would never touch their stuff. But as the captain has shown time and time again, nothing's off limits. The screen changes to a female reporter at the museum standing next to Jacob Arch, a well-built hairy man with wild hair. I have Jacob Arch with me, and he has a few words. Jacob Arch looks at the female reporter, then like the camera. What I want to say is that my family has worked hard bringing these artifacts and collectibles here for all to see and witness, with their rich history, starting from my father and now my son John. The captain has no right doing this. No one steals from my family and gets away with it. We'll find this artifact and we'll find this loser and get an artifact and get it back. Listen up. I'm only going to say this once. Why didn't we know about this before Channel 5? And why don't I see anyone heading down there now? Well, it just happened, Mr. Yes, sir. Someone just yelled out. No, it happened yesterday, and it could have been our morning's front page. Now I'll get to it. And also, someone get on John Arch, the John Arch story. I want us to be the first to know what he's bringing in this time. Everyone starts talking and moving quickly. Rory starts looking around as people are high-fiving that another captain story is out. Some are demonstrating the art of thievery and pretending to drop a card in its place, and some shake their heads in disapproval. Rory takes it all in and smiles. He loves this feeling. So that was my story, guys. They Call Me Captain, part 1. If you guys want me to continue this story for next Friday, I will. Unless you guys want me to do a different story, which you guys can go in the comment section, give me some characters and scenarios, and I'll come up with a cool story for next Friday. Thanks again for joining me. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you guys may be. Much appreciated. It's Mike Funny, popping stories. All right, peace out, guys.